Now, whether it was Cabbage Patch, Tiny Tears or Strawberry Shortcake, most girls will remember their first doll. Us blokes are no different. For me, it was Action Man, the original, before he had grippy hands and eagle eyes. But for Hoxton designers Charles Fegan and Desmond Lingard, it was Barbie all the way. From an early age, the pair developed a passion for dolls that would become their career. Today, their handmade creations are treated with the reverence normally reserved for catwalk fashion, and collectors are happy to pay thousands of pounds to own one. Antiques dealer David Harper got a sneak preview of their latest collection.
They're handmade. No two ever quite look the same, and they have a figure most women would die for. Welcome to the home of the Sybarite, the most exclusive designer doll in the world. It's the creation of South African designers Desmond Lingard and Charles Fegan. They moved to London in 1998 and now work from a studio in Hoxton. But their passion for dolls began an awful lot earlier.
We always played with dolls as childhood, which didn't go down very well with our parents and that. But
my granddad didn't mind.
I mean, his granddad bought him a Barbie when he was 5. And we were always bargain hunting at flea markets and that. And as we walked away from a shop, I said to Charles, did you see the doll in the shop? So he said no, and he went back, and it was a vintage Barbie doll. And that is where it all started, from collecting that one doll.
Fast forward a couple of decades and the pair established Superfrock, a doll-making company for the discerning collector. But it's all a million miles away from your average Barbie. And, as I found out, each doll had its own particular tale to tell.
So the storyline we did, we introduced 3 dolls called the Chelsea Girls. They came in 3 outfits for day wear, and that's their kind of city life. And then when they're in the country, they shuttle up and down in big, like, gas guzzling 4x4s and everything. And then this is her evening outfit, this is her lunch outfit, this is her breakfast outfit.
Okay.
As you see, when she went for breakfast, she wore red and white polka dot shoes because she thought she'd have magic mushrooms for breakfast. So they had these little bullets, and the bullets are actually lipsticks.
Oh, my goodness me.
So these girls are saying, ban the hunt, sure,
yeah,
but leave my lifestyle alone.
Each doll is part of a limited edition. Sometimes 300 will be made, sometimes, incredibly, just 1. And a painstaking amount of time and detail goes into their design. Some gowns alone can take up to 100 hours to create. So this then, Charles, is the makeup department.
I would call it the personality department.
Personality department?
Well, this is where they get their personality.
Do they? How do they do that?
Well, they say it's all in their eyes, so the eyes are the window to the soul. I don't paint to make it look like everybody else's dolls. I paint how it tells me.
OK, so you could look at any doll that you've made, any doll's face that you've painted, and you get a sense of how that doll's feeling and its personality.
What it's telling me. You know, everybody's got voices in their head. Mine are just glamorous.
While Charles puts the finishing touches to the dolls' faces, Desmond is hard at work stringing the bodies. The clock is ticking as the pair have just 2 days before their new collection is revealed in Paris.
Their personalities do come out because each face is different and each doll will behave differently once she's got a body and once she starts posing in it.
Now what I'd really like to do is show you what's hidden behind here. Sadly, I can't. This is the culmination of months of hard work. This is Charles and Desmond's new collection. But it's completely top secret. And we're going to have to travel to Paris to see it unveiled. Well, here I am in Paris, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the final collection. But this is no ordinary collection, this is haute couture. We're talking handmade, bespoke, one-off dolls here that take months to create. And amazingly, I've been granted a sneak preview. Most hardcore collectors would die for the chance to glimpse what you're about to see. Wow, Charles, this is it, the big unveiling. Am I the first one to see this?
Sure. Show your own preview, David.
I'm privileged. So, have you got a theme here?
It's a collection of 7 dolls, and they all post-apocalypse. There's nothing left on the planet. These girls have found a way to survive as a race, and they collect haute couture. So
even at the end of the world, they...
the world will come and go, but there'll always be beautiful gowns.
the collectors who can afford to buy bespoke dolls are almost as fascinating as the dolls themselves. But will the controversial post-apocalypse theme meet with their approval?
Every time we see them, it's just such a...
It's a bit of a shock then to you, isn't it? Because you don't really know what they're going to come up with next.
No. But that's part of the anticipation and waiting and talking about it and, you know, just... Oh, and then when you see it finally, it was just...
Oh my God.
Oh, you can change her hair.
Well, the thing is, we wanted a doll with a ponytail.
You have to see them every day. You just have to see them, you know?
And if you don't see
Take them out and they make you smile.
Oh, she is divine.
And the glass eyes.
We all feel very, very passionate about the dolls, that it's not just a collecting or a visual thing. There's actually an emotional response from us to these girls, and I think that's what makes it so obsessionate or passionate.
Well, it's thumbs up from the connoisseurs. Charles now has to pick a good home for each of his fabulous girls. But there's only 7 for sale and 50 potential buyers. It's an emotional decision, and it doesn't just go to the highest bidder. What kind of rigmarole do you have to go through to buy one of these one-of-a-kinds? I hear it's very secretive.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You have to bowl Charles over.
And how do you do that?
You talk to him, and he decides, you know, who he would like to sell the doll to, and you have a contract, you buy the doll, and you're not allowed to discuss the pricing.
Oh, you just ruined my next question. I'm desperate to get to grips with how much these things are.
We're not allowed to tell.
Go on, tell me how much I have to pay for her.
I wouldn't know.
Do you ask?
Well,
Don't say. What kind of money are we talking about here?
I don't think we're supposed to say.
You know, this is a secret society I'm looking into here.
To some degree.
I decided to try one last time. That evening, the pair were having a cocktail party. Maybe, after a few drinks, the doll collectors would reveal a little more about their secret world, especially how much the handmade dolls actually cost.
It's not easy to say what can appeal, because they are not dolls.
They're not dolls?
No, they are women.
Really? You really see them as living beings?
Yes.
She's absolutely fantastic. I love her skin tone. Beautiful. I'm very excited to get her.
They always told me that they love me.
And they actually say that to you?
That's
Fantastic!
And go ahead.
Go on, say it. She's beautiful.
Leave you speechless.
So what do you do for a living?
I am a psychiatrist.
Oh, psychiatrist,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. The show is over. How did it go?
Good.
Very well. We had loads of fun. The parties, everybody's happy, and we can relax and enjoy the weekend.
So what about for sales? Any good sales? Well, true to their art, the guys still refuse to talk about anything as vulgar as the price tag. But it's rumoured that Charles and Desmond's handmade, one-of-a-kind dolls sell for up to £20,000.
Well, that's nearly all for this